Ex-Fox News host Megyn Kelly has a problem. She is a Republican woman working in the Republican pundit sphere where most Republicans just want you to either tell them what they want to hear or shut up, go to the kitchen, and make me a sandwich. And Megyn Kelly, who for a while was on Fox, and then she had her shot on, I believe it was NBC, doing a morning show, but she's not very good at it. You know, the only thing that she was really good at is looking pretty on Fox News for Roger Ailes. And by the way, Roger Ailes, horrible human, treated all of his women hosts like shit. He ensured that they were all wearing mini dresses and high heels, and they had clear tables that they sat at, so all of the old men on watching Fox News could see young leg anytime that they wanted to. Basically, softcore porn for Fox News grandpas. Anyway, she is now going after Ariana Grande about the way she looks, and let's just take a look and see what she's got to say here. Hold on, let me pull this up. This is what she's got to say, and we'll talk about it afterwards.
Guest after Tucker, maybe tomorrow or the next show, and I think that person should be Ariana Grande, because she's got a lot of thoughts, Emily, a lot of thoughts on Trump's bombing of Iran. And she...
Oh, by the way, that was one of my favorite Fox News tropes. Every time a celebrity that did not agree with them would say something or anything, whether it's LeBron James or some Hollywood person or some pop star would say something that is political that they didn't agree with, they would immediately go, shut up and dribble, shut up and act, shut up and sing. Meanwhile, every Fox News person that, you know, if they had their way, they would go, Megyn, shut up and go make me a ham sandwich.
Has endorsed the AOC tweet saying that he should be impeached. Ariana Grande, who, as far as I know, has done nothing other than sing and dance, which is fine. She seems to be very good at that. Would like us to listen to her political opinions now.
What are you good at?
In particular, her constitutional opinions on whether he's gone too far. And the reason she's qualified to make this conclusion...
You don't have to be qualified to have an opinion, you bimbo.
Because of the segments she did for years on Nickelodeon as follows.
Sometimes I wonder if you can get juice.
All right, first of all, this is a child here, and I really don't want to watch a child do anything while she's making fun of a fucking child. Let's just go back to what she has to say here.
Quiet onset documentary about the Nickelodeon problems, and she was exploited.
Oh, that's right. There was a documentary that came out recently about I think it's called Quiet on Set, and it was about all these kids that used to work for Nickelodeon, and there was a lot of, oh, how do I put it delicately? There was a lot of adults and a lot of young pretty girls, young teenage girls that were easily taken advantage of. And here she is just chuckling and giggling about it. Yeah, man. I mean, it's not like you didn't go through this with Roger Ailes bringing you into his office and locking the door behind you. I shudder to think what he had you do. Hell, there was a couple of, I think it was an HBO movie about it, or an HBO miniseries, and it kind of alluded to the fact that Roger Ailes sexually abused a lot of his Fox News female hosts, and she was one of them. So anyway, you would figure that somebody that had gone through something like that would have a little empathy, but apparently not.
Young person, it's not nice. It's actually quite sad. But now she's decided to take that troubled youth and turn it around to make constitutional judgments about our president. Your thoughts?
Well, I would love to know if she ever got juice out of the potato, because that is genuinely a good question that I hadn't thought of before. But Other than that, I mean, we're about to go back to, I mean, this depends obviously on what the escalation looks like. And we just talked about that. And I know you talked about that with VDH, but if we all remember, the Zoomers don't, what it was like though in around 2005, when public opinion on the Iraq war started to change, it was just a constant onslaught of celebrity armchair punditry.
By the way, the public sentiment on the Iraq war in 2005 wasn't just celebrities bitching and complaining, not to mention all the people that protested in the streets against the Iraq war in 2002 before it even got started. The public sentiment was we were rushing to war without absolutely any fucking proof that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. So by 2005, we kind of all knew at this point, and they were even reporting it on all of the news stations that, yeah, man, they didn't have weapons of mass destruction. We'd already been in the country for 2 years bombing and killing Iraqis, and then chasing other Iraqis out of the country because America turned Iraq into a war-torn nation, so people couldn't live there. They were displaced or they were killed. And it was all over a fucking lie. So by 2005, yeah, man, it wasn't just celebrities out there saying, you know, this was bad. It was everybody.
About what's happening and the president. And again, like some of the division that people sense in our politics today, it's amusing to some extent to hear Zoomers like be so exhausted and fatigued with it, because I mean, people remember what it was like in the mid 2000s, and it was really, really ugly. I feel
it's not
like
ugly now.
Have amnesia kind of culturally about how ugly politics and culture was during that time in the Iraq War. And the
it's all peace and love now.
And it was a lot of that fueled by celebrities wading into these waters in really divisive ways that were...
It's not George Bush or Dick Cheney. It's that they're stretching people out. It's not the war that's stressing people out. It's celebrities that are stressing people out. My God. I mean, just because you're wearing a suit with shoulder pads doesn't mean that you know jack or shit, woman. God damn, this is your hot take.
Also very, I think, offensive to everyday Americans. I mean, we don't have to relitigate what happened with the Dixie Chicks, but part of what did happen there
let's relitigate it. The Dixie Chicks, along with a lot of Americans, saw that this war was that war, the Iraq war, was absolute bullshit. And today, this interview is happening right now. You know, this is happening, in the last couple of days. We all know that the Iraq war was a big fucking lie. And we're still there. We still have military boots on the ground in Iraq as we fucking speak. But it's the celebrities, man. And the Dixie Chicks. Oh, yeah. They one time in a concert, they said that George Bush's war is bullshit. And the next thing you know, every conservative decided to burn their Dixie Chicks CDs in fucking effigy. And then we lost the Dixie Chicks music for 10 years. 10 years. They were not even allowed to perform in public anymore because conservatives fucking hated their guts. Even after they found out that the Dixie Chicks were right and the war was bullshit. But people are really slow to admit when they're wrong about shit. And now the Dixie Chicks are no longer called the Dixie Chicks. They just call themselves the Chicks because Dixieland fucked them.
People took offense to the fact that they were overseas and they were talking about the American president in a way where they were speaking to an audience in, I think it was London, it was in England, and it was just infuriating to a lot of people who like literally burned Dixie Chicks CDs. And I don't think that stemmed exactly from a disagreement with the politics of what they said as much as it was like, how dare you? How dare you trash talk the American president to
How
people?
dare you disagree with the American president's politics even when they're fucking wrong? How dare you have an opinion of your own? Shut up and sing.
In the UK. Things could get really ugly culturally very soon too.
I think that Ariana Grande needs to put more thought into how to add 1/2 an ounce of fat back onto her body than she does thinking about President Trump being impeached. Obviously, she is in the middle of a crisis. I'm sorry, but this woman looks ill. She is...
By the way, this is the picture that they always show. They show this picture over and over and over again about this emaciated. By the way, we live in a society that tells you that you are too fat all the time. Everybody's too fat. I just saw Laura Loomer go after AOC. She was wearing a red dress in, I think she was in either in New York or she was in Queens, and she was with Mondami. She's wearing this red dress. And Laura Loomer's sitting there going, oh, you're looking a little plump there, AOC. We live in a society that makes women feel fat all the fucking time. And they keep showing this picture over and over again, you know. So you're too fat. You're too fat. You're too fat. Okay, wait a minute. You went too far. Now you're too skinny. You're too skinny. There's something wrong with you. Just shut up and sing. Just shut up and sing. By the way, hold on.
Beyond skinny. She looks dangerously thin. And someone needs to do an intervention to help her. I'm not saying this to be snarky. I genuinely think someone needs to help this woman.
Okay, hold on for a second. I want you to take a look at this. Megyn Kelly justification for brutally body shaming Ariana Grande is truly wicked. Ariana Grande has put more thought into how to add one half an ounce of fat back on her. I want you to take a look at Ariana Grande, and I want you to take a look at Megyn Kelly here. Now, look, I have sympathy for a woman on the north side of 40. Thank you very much. Who is in the news business or in the entertainment business. I'm also a musician in a rock and roll band, so I am in the entertainment business as well. And being a woman over 40 is it's not a positive. It's usually a detriment. So I can empathize. I understand. You know, trying to stay as young and pretty as you can for as long as you can so you can stay in the biz. I get it. But Megyn Kelly, honey, every time I see you, you look like you're disappearing. You are bony as hell. You are very skinny. So you pointing a finger at Ariana Grande, telling her that she is too skinny and she needs to add a half ounce of fat back to her body, that could be directed at you. I've been noticing this about Megyn Kelly for a while now. I've seen her sitting in her little red room looking like she's in the womb or something. But I've been noticing how goddamn skinny she is. But I would never say that to her or about her because that's fucking body shaming and that's her journey. And who gives a good goddamn how you fucking look? It's not about how you look. It's your actions and what you say and what you do. That's what's important. But now that you're out here giving Ariana Grande a fucking hard time about how skinny she is, I mean, look at you, woman. You are gaunt as shit. If you get any skinnier, look at these cheeks right here. You could be the fucking crypt keeper. Give me a break, man.
Obviously troubled. And I think weighing in on this is just her latest folly. She was caught on camera a couple of years ago saying, I hate Americans. Now here she is talking about Trump having
citation needed.
Impeached. There's a lot that went on, I think, on that Nickelodeon set that's never been fully threshed out. And I think Ariana Grande should work on her own well-being and keep her constitutional thoughts to herself.
Shut up and sing. Shut up and sing. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys remember this one or not. This is Donald Trump back in 2016 when he was running for president the first time.
Twitter account. Only Rosie O'Donnell. The fact is, she asked me a very inappropriate question. She should really be apologizing to me. You want to know the truth?
You could see there was blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
That's right, folks. Blood coming out of her wherever. Megyn Kelly has learned the most valuable lesson for being in right-wing politics. She has learned that the only thing that conservatives and especially conservative men want to hear from her is to shame other women, to be misogynistic towards other women, pick on the way women look, don't listen to what they have to say. Just, if you're an actor, shut up and act. If you are a sports figure, shut up and dribble. If you are a singer, shut up and sing. Just point out the way that they look, criticize her, say that she has a mental problem. She needs to get some fucking help. It's like what they used to say about women who were upset about their horrible husbands, and they would go, "You're hysterical. You need to take some drugs. You need to go see somebody. You need to calm down and go back to the kitchen and make me a sandwich. Megyn Kelly has learned the most valuable lesson that any woman in right-wing punditry can be and can do, is to tell other women to shut the fuck up and go back to the kitchen. Hey man, you chose this life. You chose this. You were on Fox News. You chose to do that. I'm not saying that you deserved the shit that Donald Trump said to you. You didn't. You didn't deserve what Roger Ailes did to you. You didn't. But the fact that you are still going after other people, criticizing the way that they look and accusing them of having mental disorders because they have opinions that you do not agree with. What kind of shit is that? What's wrong with you? I mean, are you hurt? Do you need some therapy? Do you need to talk to somebody? It seems like you do. Anyway, I say to Megyn Kelly, go make me a sandwich, bitch. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please like and subscribe. Keep rocking.